G'day, Big V. We are changing things up a little bit. If you tuned into the men's seniors just before, we had a quick recap about what we're doing now. After round 11, we've changed our game of the weeks. We've scrapped them. We're going to have a weekly wrap where we're going to talk about a lot more because we had to define everything and bring it down just to one game per division. But now we're going to expand a little bit more, have a bit more of a discussion and overview of the week as a whole. So be sure to tune in every week. It's going to get a little bit more interesting. We're going to have a lot more to talk about. Now, we are talking specifically senior women here today. So we're going to go Championship Women, Div 1 Women, and Div 2. Now, obviously, there's a little bit less games here, so we should be able to dive in a little bit more. Now, just to start, we had a great game on the Saturday night with over at McKinnon with Bulleen taking him over 90-70. It was great to see because Bontempelli has finally shown up. Well, done better, I guess you could say. We have been expecting a lot from her. She's finally finding her form now.
Yeah, she probably had she had a really good start to the year and then she's had a quiet May, but no, she's snapped back straight into form, 22 points, 6 rebounds, I think 4 of 4 from deep.
Yeah.
From Bontempelli. So she was a star in this one and well supported by Annabelle Dearborn.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubt. We had Camberwell that couldn't get it done against Sherbrooke. We had some massive games here from Carline and Portia Pool, as per usual. You know, they can't sort of just do their thing every single week, don't they?
Yeah, they churn out big games, and Carline at 17-17 is didn't even shock me when I looked at the stat sheet, and Portia Pool 23 and then 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, does a bit of everything. And I think Camberwell they had a good start to the year, and I've got a feeling from an inside source that they've had a few girls jet over to Europe to enjoy the European summer.
Is that right?
And there might still be a couple more to go, so they're going to be pretty young from here on out.
Yeah, right. And you look at this sort of, quarter by quarter, and Sherbrooke just seem to be just so consistent. 21 points, 22, 24, 23. They seem to just be able to play a certain way. They don't really speed up. They don't slow down. They play consistent basketball, which is very, very impressive.
Yeah, experienced players will do that. And, with Poole, Sawalo and Carline leading the way, Sherbrooke are going to be in good position in the back end of the year.
Absolutely. Now, our closest game for the weekend here in our championship with Witherman was Hume that got just beaten by Pakenham 65-68. Pakenham got the win. On the road, it was Nickerson who just had an absolute game, 33 points to go with her 6 rebounds and 3 steals. Very, very efficient, shooting over 50% from the field. She got to the free throw line 6 times, made all 6. She had a game.
Yeah, huge. And like we said about Poole and Carline, it's just expected now. You turn up, you look at the stat sheet, and Nickerson's had a big one again. And it would be nice for a few of those other girls to sort of start to come to the party a little bit, try and get to double figures to support that offensive load. But clearly they're getting it done defensively, keeping Hume to a 265 for the game. So that's enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting to see, Pakenham didn't get over that 20-point break in either quarter, but, they were able to hold Hume to 14 points in both the second and third quarter there. So it must have been that defensive effort for them.
Yeah, goodbye Pakenham.
Moving on to our last game of championship when we had Wyndham take down Sunbury at home. Sunbury couldn't manage to stick around. It was a bit interesting here because Pascal only played the 23 minutes here.
Yeah, I wonder whether they sort of put the cue in the rack. The game wasn't overly competitive after the first quarter, 28-14. It looks like the bench got a really good run, which is, a good way to sort of get to the mid-season break. And, even Diani Ananiev coming off the bench for whatever reason with 14 points and 6 boards and 6 steals is handy. But, yeah, sharing those minutes around is pretty nice position to be in for Wyndham.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on now to Division 1 women. We had some interesting games here. Chelsea were able to get the win over Warrandyte at home on the Saturday night. A team that can, score the ball, but have had some issues defensively in the past, but good to see that they got that win there. We had Kelly Foster with the 15 points, Taylor George with the 13 herself. So, they are finding form now.
Yeah, definitely, and they need to string a bit of consistency together to push that for the finals this season. Warren Knight, good to see them put a more competitive game on, and they've got their lineup back in terms of a full lineup with Asia Strong and Emmy O'Neill leading the way and being back in the lineup. So yeah, they'll be stoked with O'Neill's 20 and 24 rebounds.
Yeah, a bit interesting to see someone rebound the ball more than you do score.
Well, yeah,
Especially
she
if you're
seems to
scoring
do it
20.
quite consistently.
If you're scoring 20 though and you're getting more rebounds, that's
Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with and has been for years. So on to the next game, Ted. We got Mildura getting the job done over Craigieburn by 14. Courtney Strait was impressive for Craigieburn, but probably need more to come to the party. She flirted with the triple-double with 19, 10 and 8. But yeah, just need a little bit more support for her out there. And Mildura, Tyra Johnson is just gone to another level. 29 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. She's a beast.
yeah, absolutely shooting 6 or making 6 from the land of play off her 10. So that 60% there is very, very impressive. That is hard to stop if you're, shooting the ball at that clip. Melbourne University unable to get the job done against Western Port. It was
Mastalone.
Yeah, Mastalone.
28 points. She was a scoring force, supported by Rachel Winters with 20 and Warnsborough cleaning up the glass with 13 boards. Disappointing one from Melbourne Uni. They would have liked to have been a little more competitive in this one.
Absolutely. Warrnambool also getting the job done on the road against Bellarine, 64-70. Very good by Warrnambool to get that one done on the road.
Yeah, keep getting really impressed with the young lineup Warrnambool has. You look through their starters, you got Mia Mills, Siggy Lowell, Dakota Crichton, and Matilda Sewell, all, I believe, are around that 18 years old mark, 18, 19. So they said they were going younger this year, and they're doing it with great success, supported by a veteran in Amy Wormold.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to Division 2 women here. To first kick it off, we had Gippsland United take down RMIT in a massive game, 112-40. I believe Gippsland had 7 of their 12 players score in double figures. So interesting to see how RMIT finish the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think RMIT, I saw this game, same matchup about 3 weeks ago at RMIT, and it was only a 15-point game. Jasmine Host was brilliant. This week, Jasmine Host was missing. So I wonder whether she can't be a 60-point difference, can she?
You never know.
She was great in that game, but Gippsland just had too many weapons.
Yeah. Surf Coast taking it down Wallen 86-84. A very, very close game. You look at this quarter-by-quarter spread, and it was extremely close throughout the whole game. It just looks like, Surf Coast took over in the fourth, winning that fourth quarter 25-18.
Yeah, and so many different options. They got five players there in double figures, led by Hollywood and Hammond with 18-19 respectively. They've got a pretty well-rounded team this year, and they'll certainly be there and looking to challenge come finals time.
Absolutely. Kyla Collins doing what she could there with the 32 and 15 points. A absolute threat, someone who's probably going to be in that MVP race, just unable to get the job done there. Now, last game of the round, we had Coburg get the win over Blackburn 80-70. We had Siobhan McAdoa with the 24-point shooting 3 from 7 for the land of plenty to go with her 6 steals.
Yeah, she's been causing havoc out there all season, and she's been carrying the scoring load, but has a bit more support now in terms of Jackie Smith, who I believe is an experienced player, potentially from Eltham Way. I could be wrong, but 25 points and a cheeky 4 rebounds. Certainly great support off the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Samantha Zanaro had the 18 herself, just unable to get her girls off the floor there. That'll be all for us today, guys. Hope you enjoyed our new and improved weekly wrap. We'll speak to you very soon.